a Rocky Mountain Showdown, and a border war are happening on the same day? I'll help you break it down here on Cory's Countdown. I am Cory Odom, and it's 3 top stories at CSU Sports, 2 top players to look out for in the battle for the bronze boot, and 1 minute of mayhem. So let's get right into it. 3 top stories. CSU Volleyball team may have clinched the Mountain West title, but the season isn't over yet. Tonight, the Rams are in sunny California, taking on the San Jose Spartans, a team they easily swept back on October 24th. In that match, the Rams held the Spartans' best hitter, Fernanda Vito, to a negative .071 hitting percentage on 4 of 28 hitting with a whopping 6 errors. The Spartans would end the day with an .067 overall hitting percentage. One player who did play well on the 24th was redshirt senior Kirsty Hillier, who dominated on all fronts. Hillier went 11 of 16 with only 1 error, leading the game in hitting percentage, blocks, and finished second in the game in kills. The Spartans will have to find a solution for that 6'6" blocker in the middle if they want any chance of beating the number 12 ranked Rams. The women's basketball team will hope to have similar success as the volleyball team when they face in-state rival CU Boulder in Moby. The team who started 3-0 has found themselves on a bit of a slide, losing 2 in a row, including the heartbreaker in overtime to Northern Illinois. They'll have their hands full tomorrow versus a dominating Boulder team who is yet to beat a team by less than 10, including 2 different UWs, Wyoming and Wisconsin-Madison. The Buffs' leading scorer on the year is Maya Holinshed, a junior guard/forward out of Houston, Texas, who averages 15 points a game with 4 rebounds and almost 3 steals. To see how that game turns out, keep your eyes on our YouTube page at CTV 11 because I'll be giving you all the updates you'll need on that game. It was a tough night in Moby for the men's basketball team. A game that started all Rams ended all wrong. The Rams' Nico Carvacho led the team in points with 15, but was held to just 5 rebounds, being out-rebounded by teammate Isaiah Stevens for the first time on the season. Stevens would lead the game in rebounds with 6 and assists with 8, but his efforts would ultimately be in vain as the Rams would blow a 17-point lead in the second half. The defense really softened in the second half when it felt like the Rams were in control, and Coach Nico Medved was not pleased.
Some people might say, oh, they made a bunch of shots, they did, but we deserved that. That's basketball, and really disappointing that we weren't able to do that here tonight, and I thought our defense was by far the poorest that we had played this year, and it wasn't a make-or-miss game to me. It was our defensive intensity really throughout the entire game, but it's particularly there in the second half.
Rams will have almost a week to shake it off as they play New Mexico State on Monday the 25th. 2 top players. The Rams will try on Friday to beat the boys for the bronze boot for the first time since 2016. With the star quarterback Sean Chambers out with a knee injury he suffered against Nevada on the 26th of October, they'll have to be able to handle Wyoming backup quarterback Tyler Vanderwall. Vanderwall is 0-2 as a starter, but he did push the number 20 ranked Boise Broncos to overtime in Boise and lost a tough one to Utah State on the road. Vanderwall isn't the quarterback Chambers in any regard, has less throwing yards per game, is less efficient, runs the ball less. He averages 68 rushing yards less a game. If the Rams want to win, they'll either have to hold teams in the fourth quarter or score way more points late. And a big person in that equation is Warren Jackson. So for the Cowboys, Azizi Hearn will be tasked with the matchup. Now, we've got here is a pretty simple 15-yard flag route. I'm just going to let it play out because it takes that 15-yard flag route and he takes it all the way to the house. But I want to show how the Aggies got there. So they're starting off and they're in a spread formation. They've got 5 wide receivers, no running backs, and the quarterback's in a shotgun. You can see it's at least partially manned because this linebacker is matched up with the person here in the slot. He looks up and sees that his teammate's running over, which shows that it's zone on the top side of the screen. As he comes over, and we can it will show who's where as they've all kind of settled in, and we get the advantage of stopping the game. You can see that the linebacker's got the hole, 2 deep safeties got deep halves. The corner's got the sideline, and it's man-to-man here at the bottom. So it's zone up top, man-to-man down low. So as it plays out, you can see that the pump fake that Jordan Love throws in earlier really pulls that corner in and tries to cover the receiver right here a little bit earlier, and it pulls him off the flag route here. And the safety in the back doesn't have time to get all the way over just due to the amount of time it takes to get from the center field all the way to the sideline. That mixed with terrible pursuit angle is just guaranteed touchdown there. I really, as someone who played defense, you can't defend that pursuit angle. Terrible there. But it does show that the Cowboys have some faults that the Rams can kind of get into. But they are 5-0 at home this year. So the Rams will have to go into their house, ruin their record, and they'll have to take their boot. 1 Minute Mayhem. Woo! Well, now it's time for the 1 Minute Mayhem. For you new viewers out there, that's where I have 1 minute to try to answer 11 different questions I have never seen. I am ready when you are, so let's do this. All right, will Des Bryant make a comeback? I don't think so. If he was going to do it, he would have done it by now. He wanted to be on the Giants. That was never going to happen. Next question, can the Broncos finish above 500? I know my marker here, so we'll say yes, but my heart says no. Next question, should Myles Garrett be suspended indefinitely? Well, the NFL said that you can't be suspended indefinitely, so he had to go in and get an official date. Who knows if that's going to be never or if it's going to be sooner than he thinks? We'll see. Next question, who's your top Heisman candidate? I want to go Jonathan Taylor. There's no Badger love here on this show. I think that running backs, it's not a quarterback award. Jonathan Taylor. Next question, will Carly Lloyd make it in the NFL? It's going to be really tough. Like I know that she's got the leg for it, but I don't know if it really transfers. That'll be really interesting to see. Next question, Colts or Texans tonight? I'm going to go with the Texans. I think the Texans, they just got embarrassed at home against the Ravens. I think they're a little angry, so we'll go with them. Next question, does Georgia football deserve to be in the top 4? I think that they do. They're a very good team. Next question, where will Warren Jackson get drafted? We'll go with the Giants. Why not? Next question, Brandon Allen or Drew Lock? I would go with Drew Lock. He spent so much to get there, and that's all the time I have. I wasn't counting, but people at home, if you were, tell me how close that was. I would like to think that was very close. Now, this is the last show until break, so if you want to keep up to date with sports, we will be covering it on our YouTube page at CTV 11. But as we go over here, I want to kind of ask, what is everyone planning here for the break other than going to every single home sporting event for the CSU Rams?
I definitely won't be doing that. I would love to, but I'm going to go home and eat my weight in stuffing.
That's a reasonable exception. How about everyone else? Why aren't you going to the CSU game?
Yeah, well, nice assumption, Cory. No, I am also be going home, but my family just lives like 15 minutes away, so not too bad. But just like Lauren, I'm just going to be eating as much as possible because that's what you do on Thanksgiving, right?
Exactly. How about you, Remy?
I'll be going to the Springs and visiting my family, and we're going to have a big Thanksgiving dinner, so it'll be fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That all sounds wonderful, but from CTV, that's all the time we have for you tonight, Rams. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great break. We'll see you all when we get back on Monday for the sports show on December 1st.